You're sitting at your desk, task open for 45 minutes, phone checked 4 times, cursor hasn't moved. This is not laziness, it's a specific brain phenomenon. You're losing hours of productive potential. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to break free. But here's what makes this so hard to fix, and why most advice about it actually makes it worse. You need to understand the underlying psychology to make a change. According to Pavlov, our brains are wired to respond to stimuli, not to achieve long-term goals. This is why you always seem to prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term success. A 2019 study by Baumeister found that decision fatigue reduces willpower by 40% within 4 hours. This means that the more decisions you make, the less likely you are to stick to your goals. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for decision-making, but it's also the first area to be affected by stress and fatigue. This is why you always seem to make poor decisions when you're tired. Dopamine is often referred to as the pleasure molecule, but it's also responsible for motivating us to take action. However, an over-reliance on dopamine can lead to impulsive decisions. But here's the uncomfortable part: knowing this is not the same as being able to stop it. And the reason you cannot just try harder is something most people never learn. If you're the person who always puts others first, you know how hard it is to prioritize your own goals. But what if you could learn to say no without feeling guilty? If you have ever started something and quit right before it got good, you know how frustrating it can be. But what if you could identify the patterns that hold you back? If you have been stuck in this exact pattern for years, you know how hard it is to break free. But what if you could learn to rewire your brain for success? Think about when you last achieved a goal. How did it feel? What did you do differently? By identifying what works for you, you can create a plan to achieve your goals. But here's the thing, knowing what to do is not the same as actually doing it. And the reason you struggle to take action is something most people never learn. The first step to building self-discipline is to set clear goals. What do you want to achieve? Write it down and make it specific. The second step is to create an environment that supports your goals. What distractions can you eliminate? What tools can you use to stay on track? The third step is to develop habits that support your goals. What small actions can you take every day to move closer to your goals? The fourth step is to track your progress and celebrate your successes. What metrics can you use to measure your progress? But here's the thing, building self-discipline takes time and effort. And the reason you struggle to stay consistent is something most people never learn. Imagine having the self-discipline to achieve your goals without feeling overwhelmed. What would your life look like? You would be able to prioritize your tasks, manage your time, and stay focused on what's important. You would be in control of your life. If you want to understand why building self-discipline is crucial for success, I have covered that exact link in another video, check it out next. Subscribe so you catch it.